welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to be making this Poinsettia Embroidery Hoop Wreath, and to make that wreath today we're going to be using these dies. These are the Poinsettia dies from Stampin Up, and you can see a lot of the dies have not only this outer layer, they have this inner layer which embosses the leaves, so that's how we get this nice textured effect to the leaves. So to start, I've got an 8-inch embroidery hoop, and I've got this Old Olive Pretty Peacock ribbon from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to take my tear and tape and I'm going to stick that all the way around the inner part of my embroidery hoop. I'm just going to start it just near the bottom here, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm just running that all the way around the inside. And this will mean that we've got a nice even stick on our ribbon when we wrap it round, so it'll hold it all nicely in place. So I'll just finish that where it joins there. So the reason that I started the tape here is because I want to start the ribbon here, and the reason for that is that our flowers are here, and you can see I've learnt from this one because I started this one at the top, but it means I've had to glue the ribbon underneath here, and although it looks fine, I think it will look neater if it's glued under here, so then the flowers will cover it. So I'm just going to pull up a section of the backing from the tape, and I'm just going to pop my ribbon on there, and then I'm just going to go all around the hoop, just winding the ribbon round, just so that it's just slightly overlapping the piece from before. Now that you can see what we're trying to achieve, I'm just going to cut the next bit until we get close to the end, because you don't want to have to watch me wrapping the whole thing. So then when you get to the end, you can just pop a bit of hot glue and glue gun. Now you can see mine's just a really basic glue gun, but that's plenty for this project. I'm just going to hold it there just for a second just to make it stick, and then I'm just going to snip this piece of ribbon off. And I'm not worried about this because I'm going to cover that with the flowers. So let's pop that to one side a second while we make our flowers. So I've got all the pieces that I need die cut here for the flowers and the foliage. And the way that you do that is each of these dies there's an outer piece and there's an inner piece that embosses. So I like to pop my piece of cardstock through my die cutting machine, and I place that on top and that in the middle, and then I tape it in place onto the cardstock so that it doesn't slip, and then pass it through the die cutting machine. And you can do a few in one go. So for example, I'd cut one of each size of the flowers and one of each size of the leaves, and one of those in one pass. So you need 2 of the largest poinsettia die cuts, you need 6 of the medium and 6 of the small ones. Then you need 2 of these berries in the gold foil sheet, these are in real red, and 3 of the centres in gold foil sheet, and then these ones are in old olive, so I've got 3 large and 3 of the smaller leaves. And the way that we make up the flowers, we make the large one first, so we're just going to bend those round. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of my Tombow just to pop those 2 together. Then we're going to do the same with one of the middle-sized ones. So we're just bending that round on both pieces. You just want to offset that when we glue it together. And then we're going to do the same with the small ones, so 2 small ones. And I'm just pushing the centres in so that the petals stick up. Now I'm just going to assemble them, so I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensional between each of the layers. And just add another one on there, put that one on top. And then I'm just going to put one of the mini dimensionals behind the centrepiece. And I'm just going to curve all that round and pop that in the middle. And there's our biggest flower. So then we're going to make 2 smaller flowers. And we're going to make them in exactly the same way as we made the first one. But we're just going to use the middle and the smaller layers. So just need 2 of these. Push those in at the centre, pop a dimensional in, and then we're going to pop in one of these centres. Then I'm just going to lay the flowers out where I want them on the wreath, and that's so that I can get the positioning so I know where to add my leaves in as well. So I just want my leaves to go about here. So I'm going to start the first couple of leaves here. So I'm going to grab my heat gun and put a bit on there. Stick one leaf on there like that. Put another bit on top. I'm going to pop that on there like that. And then I'm going to put a 3rd bit on. And that bit will be to hold this gold bit on the top. And there's no worry about seeing that because the flower's going to hide that. Then we're going to pop that on there. Put a bit of extra glue down there. And pop that there to hide all that glue. Then I'm going to pop that there. So I'm going to glue this just here like this, and then I'm going to pop some more here and stick the large poinsettia on there. Then I'm going to stick another leaf under here. Just easily remove these strings that have come over the top. Then I'm going to pop this here just for the placement. So I know my end leaves need to go here. So I'm just going to pop that there. I'm just going to do the same as we did on the other end. I'm going to pop this one on here. Pop this one off the other side. Put the gold one in the middle. And pop a bit more glue on there. I'm just going to glue that so that it covers all of that glue. Then there's our wreath finished. I hope you enjoyed our project for today. If you did, I'd be really grateful if you clicked like below. Also, if you want to see future projects, you can click subscribe, and if you also click the bell button, then that will mean that you'll get notifications when I've got new videos on my YouTube channel. All of the products that we've used for today's project are linked in the description below. And there's also a host code, so if you pop your host code into your basket before checkout when you shop for Stampin' Up products with me, then I'll send you a free gift at the end of the month. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you soon.